welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef. Today I'm going to show you how to make peach and mango sorbet using syrups from Churning and Pampered Chef's deluxe cooking blender and our ice cream maker. So you guys are going to love the sorbet recipes that I'm going to share with you today. I have the mango one ready to go in the ice cream maker, and I'm going to show you how to get the peach one ready to go in. There is a chilling time frame that you don't want to skip out on, and so that's what's in the fridge. So I have the mango version chilling in the fridge, and I'm going to show you the peach, and then I'll switch them out. So if this is the first time that you've watched one of my videos, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel so you'll know anytime I share new content, and also be sure to check out my website, theflipflopchef.com. You can join my recipe community from there, have access to this recipe, as well as thousands others, and also my weekly giveaway. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna first start out by draining some canned peaches. You can use fresh peaches if you like, depending on what time of year you're watching this. Peaches may or may not be in season. I'm a Georgia girl, and so I love peaches, and sometimes canned peaches are gonna have the best flavor, so it's okay to use canned or frozen peaches for this recipe. So let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna drain the juice from these cans. We only need 2 cups, so we're gonna need, I think, a little bit more than 1 can. So I am going to drain this out. I can't remember if I used more than 1 can the last time. So we'll do 1, and then we'll measure it out and see if we need another one. So we're gonna take that, and I'm using our small stainless colander inside of our small glass bowl. I'm gonna drain that off, and then, whoops, I forgot I already had water in here. I forgot that I already pre-measured that out. So let's add some more to that before I measure the peaches. So I've got just under ½ cup of water in here. It says pampered, not perfect, right? Okay, ½ cup of water. We're gonna go ahead and put that in the blender. And then I'm gonna shake off this juice and pour this in, yeah. So this is not quite 2 cups. It's a little bit more than 1. I remembered I had some left over after I made this the first time, and I thought it was 2 cans, but Christian was ready and waiting to eat whatever was left over, and I didn't really take notes along the way. So I'm using Churning strawberry sorbet recipe as my guide for this. So far I've made strawberry, mango, and peach, and they are all amazing. So I'll tell you more about those syrups here in just a little bit. So I'm gonna just pull out enough to where I have 2 cups, and we're gonna set the rest aside, and Christian can eat those when he comes home from school. Let me clean up my mess that I made here because I spilled water. There we go. We're gonna pour the peaches into the blender container, and since I have the water in there already, just be gentle with that. We're gonna add some peach syrup. So the brand that I'm using is Churning. I think there are some other brands out there. I've used Monin syrups before. I'm not sure if they have a peach. Monin has a brand peach. There's another one, Emirati or something. I have not tried theirs. We're gonna do 1½ cups of the syrup. So 1 bottle is gonna make 2 batches of sorbet. So I've already made 1 batch with this bottle, and you can see I have a little bit left in there. I could use that for flavoring drinks like tea or lemonade. You can even mix it in sparkling water or Sprite. So 1½ cups of peach syrup. We're gonna add 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and I'm gonna just blend this together in my blender container. So let's put the lid on it and pull our blender over here. If you're not familiar with Pampered Chef's Deluxe Cooking Blender, then I have, basically check it out on my website. I have a whole playlist of videos showing you our Deluxe Cooking Blender, how it compares to the Vitamix, which I never thought I'd find anything that I liked better than the Vitamix until I got the Deluxe Cooking Blender. So I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm just gonna press the wheel to select the custom blend setting. So this is like your regular blender setting. Even though this is a smart blender, has all these fancy features like smoothie, alternative milk, grind, has a true heated wash setting. So it heats up the soapy water, just like your dishwasher, swirls it around. You don't have to control it like you do on the Vitamix, where you kind of have to turn to get the water to go around. It is going to wash the blender for you. You just rinse the soapy water out, dry it, and you're ready to go. Soup, heated puree, jam, and sauce settings on this blender. So I'm going to press start just to get it going, and then I'm going to increase the speed. All the way to the highest setting, which is 9. And I'm going to just let this blend for just maybe 30 seconds, because I want to make sure it purees all of those peaches. I hope you guys can hear me. If not, I'll remind you in just a second. Alright, so I increased the speed all the way to 9, which is the maximum speed, for about 30 seconds. I'm going to blend it just a tiny bit longer, just to make sure we get every little piece pureed. Alright, then you can either put this in the refrigerator just the way it is. You can leave it in the blender container if you like. I use my blender so much that I don't want to put this container in the fridge because I don't want it to be out of commission for very long. But I'll pour it out, and then I'll run a heated wash cycle off camera. But I'm going to use my cold brew pitcher. I'm going to pour this mixture in, and then this next step you cannot skip. You have to refrigerate this mixture. Preferably for several hours. Overnight is typically what I do. I'll just pull this together the night before I want to make it, put it in the refrigerator to make sure that it's nice and cold. If you're using frozen fruit, you can refrigerate it a little bit less time, but it is really important that the mixture be nice and cold. So I'm going to switch this out. So this is the peach. Let me grab the mango. And this one I did make with frozen fruit. Pop this in here, and I'm going to grab my ice cream maker container. So now I usually have this stored outside in my garage in my deep freezer. So I brought it in here so that it was close for me to get to, but you want to make sure that you're keeping this in the very back of your freezer if you're not keeping it in a deep freezer. Make sure the temperature of your freezer is at or below 0, because you want it to be really, really cold. To put your ice cream maker together, before you plug it in, what you're going to do is you're going to snap this piece to this guard, and this is just like a splash guard to keep it from splashing out of your ice cream maker. And then this is your paddle. So you're going to hook this together, and then there are some little notches where this kind of attaches to the side. I'm going to plug this in, and then you're going to actually turn the power on before you pour your mixture in. So what I'm going to do before I turn the power on is I'm going to take my mini whipper, and I'm just going to whisk this together just in case anything has settled or separated while it has been in the refrigerator. All right, so this is mango, and I used mango syrup for this batch. So I'm going to press the power button, and I'm going to set this to about 30 minutes. It can take a little bit longer, but you want to check it and see how it looks after that time frame. So I'm just going to pour this in, and remember, you start the ice cream maker before you start pouring. So we're going to pour this mixture in. Try to get every drop. I also like using the, I'm going to turn this so I have a better angle here. I like using my cold brew pitcher because the spout doesn't dribble. It's really easy for me to control to get it into the ice cream maker. So I'm going to let this run for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to check it. One of the things that I hear a lot from people who have Pampered Chef's ice cream maker and use it is they're expecting hard frozen ice cream right away as soon as your cycle is finished. And most ice creams are going to, and sorbets, and sherbets, they're all going to need to be frozen in the freezer after you do this step right here. And so this is churning, so it's mixing it while it is freezing. So it's gonna be kind of like soft serve, or it's not gonna be a slushy, but it's gonna be a little bit thicker than that, but it still needs to freeze to get that hard freeze after you finish churning it. So you can put your ice cream in whatever container you have. If you have a Rubbermaid container, if you have some of Pampered Chef's containers that we've sold in the past. This is just an ice cream container that I got at TJ Maxx. I'm hoping to find some more of these because I really like them. They do have them on Amazon as well, without the labels. And this brand is Tovolo, T-O-V-O-L-O. So if you look on Amazon, you can find this size, which is 1 quart, and you can also find smaller sizes so that you can freeze these in individual portions if you choose to do that. So I'm gonna let this run for about 30 minutes and then I'm gonna check it. And then if I feel like it needs a little bit more time, I'll add more time. And whenever I feel like it's at the consistency that I'm looking for before I freeze it, I'll come back on camera, I'll show you how to transfer it from this container into this container, and then we'll put it in the freezer so that it gets a nice hard freeze. So if you guys have any questions up until this point, be sure you leave them in the comments so that I'm sure to answer them for you. And the ice cream maker and the blender are products available from Pampered Chef. I am a consultant with the company and I would love the opportunity to earn your business. So if there's anything that I've showed you today that you would like more information about, please reach out. I'll be more than happy to help you. So hang tight and I'll come back and show you what we're working with after this step is done. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, I am back, and this has been running for only about 20 minutes. So I've just been checking in periodically to see how it's progressing, and it's nice and thick for the stage that I'm looking for before I freeze it. So because I used frozen fruit and also refrigerated it, I didn't have to churn it quite as long as when I used fresh fruit and canned fruit. So I'm gonna go ahead and press the power button to stop this from churning, and then you just kind of slide this. You'll be able to see the little notches on the side. You may not see it on camera here, and you'll be able to see how this is kind of sticking to your paddle. So like I said, it's not going to be like hard scoopable ice cream yet. You have to freeze it to get to that point, and I'm gonna make a mess trying to get this all scraped off. Connor loves when I make sorbet because I let him lick this clean, so that's one way to make a mess, right? All right, and then you can either take a scraper like this or an ice cream spade. Now this is an ice cream spade that has since been discontinued from Pampered Chef, but I love it. It's the best tool for this job. At the time of recording this video, this is available in the outlet. If you don't see it there whenever you check, then it might be sold out. But you can see that this is, it's thick, but it's not scoopable, and that's exactly what you should expect at this stage. Now, the reason you don't want to use a regular ice cream scoop in here is you'll actually scratch the inside of your ice cream maker, and you will not be able to do anything about that. They will be with you forever. So I don't recommend using metal of any kind in here. Our silicone scrapers are great to get every little last morsel out of that container. Now, what you're gonna do next is you're gonna put this in the freezer and let it freeze for 4 hours or overnight. Overnight is always best. You're just gonna give it as much time as possible to get that hard freeze, and then you can scoop it with an ice cream scoop, or one of our stainless steel scoops works great for this too, and you get perfect, pretty balls of sorbet when you do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make sorbet in Pampered Chef's ice cream maker. And if you have any questions about anything, please let me know. And you can get the syrups that I used by going to Churning.com. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. Take care.